Virgo, welcome to your general and love reading for the month of May. I would like to start by saying that in the month of May, we have a Mercury Retrograde. I strongly urge you to Google Mercury Retrograde and what that means for your sign during this one, because it will tell you how to it'll tell you what to expect in the month, what to expect from Mercury Retrograde, and with that you'll know how to navigate the energies for the month. Now, May is the number 5. It's the 5th month. So 5 is all about huge changes that bring in big blessings or huge blessings. So just know that whatever changes you are going through during a Mercury retrograde, they will be for your highest good. You should notice, going into June, once it's over with, that you really get, when Mercury retrograde lasts for about 3 weeks. Now it has a shadow period, which is like a week before and also a week after. So Mercury retrograde, I say that they last 3 weeks, but I have learned to include the shadow periods. So let's say that's about a 5-week process. You should not sign any contracts, any documentation. You should not buy any cars or do anything permanent like that until after it's over with. Any word that you can put a re in front of is and should be your focus for the month of May. Anyone should be focusing on that. So like restructure, reorganizing, reflection. If you don't take the time out to do these things, then you'll notice that the universe will do it for you and make you sit down, or Mercury will, and it will make you sit down and to where you can't really do anything but think and reflect. So I would definitely Google that and see exactly how it's going to be affecting you, because I will say this, it affects all of us differently. Sometimes, like I'm a Pisces, so sometimes I'll feel a little tired from it, and then sometimes I'm not so much as tired, but I'll notice that I stutter for 3 weeks straight. So, it affects our minds, our speech. It is the the messenger, the planet of communication. So it will affect our cell phones, our technology, that whole time period. So if your phone messes up, don't run out and get a new one, because as soon as Mercury retrograde's over with, it should go back to being normal. All right. Well, you have death right out the gate. Like right out the gate. All right, so something has ended. I would say something that once caused you, or, this ending here is causing you to be in your head. This ending, whatever it may be, could also be just a change or transformation in something. Like a changing of the game, so to speak, because in the basis of it, we had the Two of Pentacles. So there's a juggling of some sort, a balance that is, there is somewhat, so you may I would say entering May, something ends or it changes. You will be in your head about it, but I feel like you will be able to handle the energies. You will be able to juggle whatever life throws at you. You'll be able to handle it. You'll have balance. At the beginning of the month, you may feel that there is good balance, that there's healing. I'm going to say that during the middle of the month, you're really going to find your healing during the middle of the month. The middle of May. I would say that at some point in time, which I guess would be in April or March, there was a heartbreak. Had to be some form of heartbreaking experience. I say that because at the top of the reading here, we have the Three of Swords, but it's in reverse. So usually when that comes up, there's already been the heartbreak. Now with the Three of Swords, you're able to pull the swords out and heal. And if that's the case for you, then I would definitely recommend tapping into the Mercury Retrograde energy, because that one there can really help you to there's a lot of healing here regardless. All right, you've got two healing cards, your Temperance and the Three of Swords. So the first to the middle of the month, you should feel optimistic. You're very acceptance of whatever has ended here for you. There's resilience, perseverance, there's forgiveness. Now. The end of the month, toward the end of May, we had the Magician in reverse. Now, the Magician in reverse speaks of like manipulation, illusions out of touch, untapped talents, things. So either you were doing this or someone else. So, I don't know. I'm going to say that throughout the month, you're going to be juggling probably two and or more things. Okay? There is a balancing, a juggling act going on here. It could be that you have so many things going on during the month that you've got a lot of major arcanas here, okay? So something major has changed for you. Be aware of burnout, because just because there is this juggling act here. The thing that I like about the Two of Pentacles and the Line Strider Tarot, this tarot deck here that I'm using, is this juggler here, his pentacles are the same. He's holding them, at the same height. So to me, that means that, there's an even energy through the balance. Now, in the Rider-Waite Tarot, the pentacles are like, one's way up here, one's way down here, and that's a lot of extra work there to have to balance those. Whereas there's not a lot of work here in this Two of Pentacles, just because they're both at the same level. So I don't feel like you're going to be struggling too hard throughout the month, but you will have to work through this Three of Swords reverse energy. Now again, I'm going to say that this Three of Swords has already happened. It's here where you can remove the swords. You've already been stabbed. Now it's a time for healing. The Mercury Retrograde will be perfect for that. I definitely highly recommend tapping into the Mercury Retrograde energy to help. Because, like with the Mercury Retrograde, they say that we are able to, because we have such a direct, what would you call it? We are, like, we can ask for an answer and like instantly receive it when Mercury's in retrograde. So if you have questions about what may have happened or what went wrong, you should be able to ask those and get instant answers. So if you practice that, you'll be able to receive knowledge and clarification about this situation. I would just say be cautious, because at the end of the month, I'm hoping that this situation hasn't caused you or doesn't cause you, and if this is what is triggering or speaking to you right now, then I would make sure that you remember this, because something in here, I'm going to say, don't take this Three of Swords reverse energy and let it make you bitter, because once we get into like that mentality, we then can get into this reverse Magician card, which is like manipulation, using the greater good for... You're not using your power wisely. I'll just put it to you like that. So make sure that to the end of May, that you are really focusing on where you're putting your energy and what you're doing with it. Just so it doesn't... Just so you don't make things worse for yourself or other people, because that can come back to bite you in the ass. So be aware of that. Now, this could be around a breakup or a marriage or something. Wow, yeah. I would say that it is, because we've got the Four of Wands, the Three of Wands, and the King of Cups over here. So, this could be about a relationship that you had either with a fire sign or a water sign. Now, here's a coming together with someone who, you know, once brought you stability, tradition. This could have been something that, I mean, the Hierophant does speak of marriage, tradition, spiritual wisdom, conformity, morality, ethics. So if you're, or it just could, if you're not married and this isn't about a marriage, it could just be your faith. So your faith could be tested here this month. Whichever it is, though, you hold the key to, if you feel like something's got you walled into a corner, or something's locked away, you hold the key to set yourself free. So if this is a breakup or an ending, you do need to, I feel like there is a waiting process that you need to go through. I would allow that waiting process to, I would allow it to work itself out. There is a waiting period. You will need to wait, and I'm telling you why. You don't want to do, like I said at the beginning, you don't want to sign contracts or sign any type of papers, anything like that during the Mercury retrograde. So you need to wait until about the second week in June before you sign anything. So just, I know some people are like, I've heard some people say, oh, I'm not going to like restructure my life just because of a Mercury retrograde. And it's like, you know, they go out and buy a car, and then, you know, a year or two later, the car gets repoed, and it's like, well, I mean, you did buy it during a Mercury retrograde. What do you expect? I feel like that's where a lot of people that end up having their cars repaired, I feel like they buy them during a Mercury retrograde. That has actually happened to me before. This is before I knew what Mercury retrograde was. And then once I found out what it was, I was like, oh, no wonder that happened. So, just, you know, I'm not telling you to like run your life according to a Mercury retrograde, but I will say it does help. So, somewhere in here, there is someone that's going to give you good advice, wisdom, that will show you reliability, tolerance, creativity. So whoever this King of Cups is, if this is the person that you are ending things with, they are going to be open to, I feel like, and you could be dealing with a Scorpio. You could definitely be dealing with a Scorpio here. We've got King of Cups and we have the Death card. So if you have a breakup with a Scorpio, I would say that this person will work with you, which it would be the two Pentacles here in the basis. There will be balance with this King of Cups or the Scorpio in helping to end things and to separate. However, I would not let this situation get me into... I would not allow the situation to turn you into an Amber Heard, so to speak. Okay? Be very leery of that. Now, if you are a guy watching this, then this right here could very well be like a male version of Amber Heard. It could make you angry to a point where you're cold, and with coldness comes, being shrewd and very cutthroat, and I would just be cautious and aware. I mean, definitely, this is your life. You're able to live it how you want it. Awareness is key here. So I would just be aware of the energy from the middle of May to the end. Especially if you thought something would go differently or work out in a different way. Hey! And it's actually not. And with my dogs barking, maybe that's confirmation. Maybe this King of Cups told you things were going to go a certain way, and then they don't end up going that way, and it pisses you off. That could be the case. So be aware of that. Okay. So your advice here. Your advice and or you at the moment. So this is why I say be careful or cautious of this energy here, because this can turn you into a negative Nancy. It can make you procrastinate, it can make you very frustrated, poor planning. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse here. So this is either going to be you because of this situation, and if that's not the case, then you and your advice about what you should do is, there are some things here that you need to turn down. There are some things here that you need to say no to, that you do not need to start. I think you're going to know what they are. Because this is like, being given an offer and you're like, nah, I think I'll pass. So I definitely see you being either one of those two situations. Okay. In your environment, you have the Three of Cups. So there's going to be some celebration of some sort coming about for you. And it could very well be because you're turning down something. Yes. You are turning down offers that are coming in. And let me tell you, Mercury Retrograde, Mercury Retrograde will bring shit up from the past, and it will bring people back from the past. And it's like, you'll see exes come back. You can see people you haven't seen in years pop up. whatever, okay? You may see that with this Three of Cups being in your environment, because this represents celebrations, having a good time, parties, good conversation. You know, this is like third party stuff. So you could be seeing, now here's another thing too. You could be over here like, woe is me, but yet you're seeing other people having a good time, celebrating, and you're kind of like, okay, but why is this happening to me type deal. You know, things happen for a reason. And when they happen to us, we don't all get hit with certain things at the same time. Like, for example, you know, you might be going through somewhat of a negative or gray skies, somewhat of a Debbie Downer moment. But then it's like you'll see someone else having a great time. They act like their life's together, and it somewhat makes you envious of them because you don't have the same get up and go that maybe they had. But you know, who's to say that in a few weeks those energies are going to be flipped? You're going to be feeling in your element, and like you've got everything's going well for you, and then they are like falling off the horse. They're beat up, they're sad, and they're having to lick their wounds. And you're over here like, okay, well, either now I see why that happened, or it's like, okay, well, I'm glad that didn't happen to me, because at least they've got wounds over here they're licking. I don't have a scratch, so I came out of that one, lucky. I got lucky. I came out of that one unscathed. So I wouldn't look to other people just because they're having a great time that like they've got their shit together or theirs is better than yours, because we all go through situations like this at different time points, okay? It's just not everyone's going to be going through it at the same time as you. So don't let that also too make you get into this this magician, this manipulative energy. This is not using your power for the highest good. So this could either be you or it's someone you're dealing with. Okay? It could be the other person that's in this scenario, especially if the other person's out here having a gee-golly good time and you're over here like still kind of trying to heal yourself. There could be envy and jealousy that could come up out of that situation. You have hopes that something's going to come to a completion, that it's going to work out some way, shape, or form. And, with that, this World card brings fulfillment, harmony, integration, completion, travel, unity. You may hope that, I feel like you're hoping that once all this ends and clears, that it somehow brings things together. So like, for example, you have like a family unit, okay? There's like a man, a woman, and we'll say like 3 kids, okay? If the man and woman are breaking up and they're going their separate ways, then I would say that crumbling right there, you're hoping that once everything is said and done and over with, that all of you are able to, at the end, like come together in a way where it works out for everyone. Like, and so this is good because you should stay in that energy of feeling, that things are going to work out, regardless if you are going to be together or not, that things are going to work out for you and for them, because that right there will keep you in a good momentum. I'm almost starting to get that another message here because of this card and the outcome with this magician. So I'll just tell you this, because this also just came to my mind. There is healing that's going on over here. This is like the beginning to the middle of the month. Okay, there's healing. It's necessary. Taking the time out to heal and to Mercury Retrograde will definitely help you with that. if you just, work with the energies and tap into it, okay? You could be healing and turning things for yourself into like the better, especially if you have someone that left. If you have someone that left or something that ended, something, left, then you're hoping that you can restructure and see, that's where Mercury retrograde comes in. That's that RE. You're hoping that you can restructure your daily life so that you, and if you've got kids especially, have a routine, like things are together. Like once they're torn down and terminated, you've got to build back with something. And I feel like you're hoping that you're able to either build this back together, and that it comes together in a way that works well for you and for your kids, if you've got kids, or for all those involved. So with that, be aware, because if this magician's not you at the end of the month, this is someone else. So if you are over here, you're doing well throughout the month, like you're taking the bull by the horns, you're getting things done, be aware of someone else at the end of the month trying to manipulate or change things, especially if you've had to build things back where they are workable for you and your situation. Someone else, the other person, could pop up at the end of the month like, well, I don't like how you did this. And you just need to be like, well, I'm sorry, but you're not here anymore, so I'm having to do this on my own, and this is how I saw it fit. Things change when you leave a situation. So you've got to make things here work to your benefit. Remember that. And I feel like you will, because this fox here is looking down at this world card. So there's going to be a new beginning for you at the end, toward the end of the month, once this now this Ace of Wands can definitely the end of May, but it could also work into the beginning of June as well. So you should feel very creative, enthusiastic, good ideas coming in. It's a fresh start. So maybe after all this stuff here ends and kind of gets swooped out and cleared out, then you're able to restructure and reacclimate, and at the end, take off. Alright, your Sacred Vision Oracle message is going to be, this is the Dream card, the number 11. The direction here is west with the color black, and this is dreams gone wild, okay? You have used different faiths, ideas, icons, and totems as guideposts to a higher level of thought to gain a different and better perspective. You have looked to wildlife as spirit guides and teachers, honoring them with art, time spent in nature, and medicine bundles. You have admired birds, the strongest and the smallest, with fetishes, feathers, crystals. All have been dreamed over in ceremony, and all have been powerful in your intent. But this power is lost when your dreams get wild and unfocused. You wear two different faces when you are unfamiliar with your truth. You wear both of these masks together when you are a great pretender, not understanding the sacred dream reality in which we live. If you were a bird of prey, what would you be? How would you feel? Do you think you would seek to be anything other than the great bird the Creator intended you to be? Alright, so this could very well be this magician energy in reverse coming in. So, let me put that there. Your past life message is monk and or nun. This could very well be a time period where you need to focus or use your faith and get back on that, because that will help you, get through this time period. Lord, boy. Alright, so we have High Priestess. You were able to work your magic and your intuition this month, but you need to work your magic in a good way, not the negative, okay, not the dark side. Make sure you stay in the light while you do this, okay? Because some way, shape, or form, there was a war, a battle, something to do with writing or scribing, contracts or something other. And I would say that it is around a spouse. So did you have a breakup with your marital partner? Your angel message is, Adriana, I am leading you toward the answer to your prayers. Please listen to and follow the steps I'm communicating through your intuition, your thoughts, and your dreams. You are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. I ask you to relax and feel safe. Take action. You're in touch with your truth in this situation, and you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. I am the angel of abundance. You will receive the money that you need. God is in charge of how that will happen. Have faith. And then you have Archangel Michael. I am with you, giving you the courage to make life changes that will help you work on your divine life purpose. Now, that could also be Archangel Michael saying that he's helping you making life changes in your life, especially if there's like a divorce or a breakup here. Your ascended master is drink more water with Oshun. You need to... Alright, so we've got father, husband, brother, son here. Alright, so there's definitely something going on here with the male figure. I would say it's a water sign, more heavily Scorpio. You need to focus upon freedom. You need to follow your heart. And you need to choose peace during this time. And by drinking water, that will help to clear and to release whatever negativity, blockages that could be affecting this situation. Your Oracle of Rama card is the final challenge. This is alignment. So, you know that song, It's the Final Countdown. I'm not a good singer, okay? So, bear with me there. But that song, I heard that when I looked at the face of this card. So, you could be, the month of May could very well be like the last of it. Especially if you've been going through, separation or a breakup or divorce, and you've got to somewhat, like, you've built this life and now you've got to separate it and pull yourself out of it and then figure out where you are in it and then restructure your life to get back on, to get into gear with where you're going to go on your own. This would be like the final challenge. Rama's army crosses the sea to Ravana's kingdom. Ravana's forces attack as signs and omens indicate their defeat. The indication here is, aligned with goodness, we cannot be defeated. So, don't tap into this manipulator, this reverse magician card, okay? You're going to have to stay in your highest, like your integrity, your good character. You're going to have to stay in that mind frame this whole time, okay? Because it's like this card here says, align with goodness, you can't lose. So as long as you are in the right, you can't go wrong. So make sure that you stay in the right the whole time, okay? Let's see what your oracle guidance is. And it's this one. Sita, the goddess heroine. This is the eternal consort of Rama, the number 5. So look, the number sequence we have here is 5, 6, and 5. I would Google that and what it means. So this indication here is those challenging divine order will fall. So if there is a challenge here that is working, if there's something working against you, if you stay in your highest good, then whatever is against you will not prevail. With a stern command, the Monkey King Sugriva announced to his army, if you return without having accomplished your task of finding where Sita has been taken, your only reward will be death. Lord, and you got the death card right here in the center. A dangerous mission which requires complete concentration and dedication has begun. We must surrender to the work which we must either accomplish or perish trying to fulfill. The utmost seriousness is required to achieve our aim. So, check it. Something here requires your complete concentration and dedication. You must put in the work to either accomplish what needs to be done here, or, whatever the negative is of that. So your utmost seriousness is required to achieve your aim here. I'm not going to... This reading here, to me, out of all the signs, felt a little bit more heavier. So, I'm serious. I know you don't know me, but I'm telling you, just make sure you don't let a situation make you bitter or angry, because I'm going to tell you, like with this Oracle Rama card, how you handle it can also be how it can also determine the outcome. So if you are in the negative and you're manipulating it and you're not looking out for your highest good but the detriment of others, that could also create your own fall. So just be aware of that, okay? Be aware of that. Alright, I thank you for tuning in. I hope this reading helps. Take care.